Good afternoon, Father Joe. How are you on this bright
Yeah, very
day?
good. Good morning, everybody. I got my cup of Joe here as usual, and sending out blessings to everybody who might listen to this short summary today with a very specific theme. Bob, what are we talking about today?
Well, I think it would be helpful maybe for you to talk a little bit about our relationship with other organizations that provide for those in need throughout the community. Maybe give an example of that as well, because this cooperative working relationship between organizations is what lifts up the whole community.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, well, I'm very uh, what do you call it, strategic about seeing my role as a director of our Casa Esther Catholic Workhouse to be in contact visibly with different organizations who kind of do the same work we do. You know, that is, we're doing the gospel work of the corporal works of mercy and the Sermon on the Mount and reaching out to the needy. So I make it a point with all the effort that it takes for an 89-year-old guy to attend events. Even if I go by myself, I put my collar on or whatever, and I wear my Casa Esther flag, uh, flash my flag to show that I'm from Casa Esther, and then just to be physically present. And so there are several groups right here in the Fox River Valley. I'm talking about Appleton and Oshkosh. And let me name a few that I make it a point to go to.
Yeah.
So recently, I went to a fundraiser by Pillars. It was a group started by a Catholic priest and now highly developed. They had a fundraising event that I attended, and at that fundraising event, they raised $175,000.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's more than we. But I want to make my face known. Another one, of course, is Esther organization, of which I was a president for 2 terms, 4 years, and we are no longer a member of Esther, but we stay in touch with them with their environmental groups and their local Oshkosh group, and they do great work in terms of community organizing and doing social justice.
Hmm.
Then there are many in the area, and more than I can name, but I think you got a flavor. I would like to highlight one of them. It's called Father Carr's Place to Be. It was
Hmm.
started by a Catholic priest by the name of Marty Carr, who was an exceptional priest, uh, colorful, dynamic. The bishop didn't like him because he did his own thing and he was not under the restrictions of diocesan regulation. And so as a result, he accomplished great things in terms of fundraising, building, and really serving the needy in the greater Oshkosh area. Father Marty Carr. So he passed away, and but his legacy is that the organization is very vibrant and serves a lot of people with food, with housing, and all medical needs. And so his legacy lives on, and we stay in contact with them.
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
fact, I got to tell you a personal story, Bob. Uh, I I became friends. At first, I didn't like Father Carr because I was a part of the diocesan makeup, and we looked down on his ministry. Well, that was stupid, as it turned out. The guy was doing great work. So I got to be more friendly. And probably a couple of years before he died, was having coffee and conversation. I says, Marty, and this is before I started Catholic Worker. I said, Marty, you should think about making this a Catholic Worker house. Bob, I never told you this story,
Wow.
but I says, you're doing all, and I was not Catholic worker at the time. I was still an active parish priest.
Hmm.
And, but I saw the work that he was doing, and that may be lingering in the background of why I made the decision,
Wow.
thanks to Noel's leadership, to go Catholic worker. That might
Wow.
have had an impact because I was thinking, I knew about Catholic worker. But and there can remind you there are no Catholic worker houses in the Green Bay Diocese. We are the only one. So I remember having a conversation, and his reaction was to nod and say, that makes sense. Of course, that didn't happen. But they do the same kind of work we do. And we are very intentional here with our board in staying in touch with CASA, with Place to Be. We had our big couple of events there. We go there regularly. We're good friends of the new executive director, Jim Boehm. And we, in fact, one more thing, if I may add, Bob.
Sure.
When David Mueller from our staff and I were promoting the cause of canonization of Dorothy Day, we said, what we got to do is pray. And so we arranged to have a monthly mass honoring Dorothy Day and praying for her canonization. And we had that at the Place to Be once a Friday night. And so that was very important. And from that humble beginning, I'm talking about David Mueller and me and the Canonization Guild has succeeded in having prayers for her canonization nationwide. And that we all started from our work. And it was we were linked to our being based at the Place to Be. So we're good friends with them. Okay, that's kind of a nice summary.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, very important. They've made many facility improvements there in the last year or two. It was wonderful to be there for your 88th birthday celebration earlier this year. And
one more thing, Bob. We were there last week. And that was because they have succeeded in having sisters from Ghana. They came here 15 years ago, and one of them was Sister Angela. And of course, I was very good friends with Sister Angela. We did a lot of work together, and it was her time to return to Ghana.
Wow.
And so they had a going away party. There were over 100 people there, including myself and David Mueller. And I celebrated the Mass. And so we keep that lively contact with the Place to Be with our new director, Jim Boehm. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. That must have been a wonderful, wonderful event. And also, I want to mention, in addition to the organizations we work with that are serving the needy and serving the marginalized communities within the Fox Valley, we have great support from the Oshkosh Area Community Foundation. They've helped us in our board development, in our staff development, in our technology improvements. They've really been a wonderful, wonderful partner in different ways than we are with Father Carr and other places like that. So thank you so much for sharing about the importance of the relationships, these organizational relationships, which we're continuing to develop more and more, are just fantastic in a way of working together. Thank you.
Yeah. Just one quickly close off. Today's the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, that horrible event, which led to war and killing. And one of our themes here on nonviolence is no more war. And my new phrase that I use all the time, war is for dummies.
War is for dummies. Thank you so much. And let's sign off by saying, may peace prevail on earth.
Yes, amen. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Blessings to all.
Have a great day.